Another day, another story. Yaroslav Titarenko, 42, car trader from Bucha. I moved to Bucha last summer because I always wanted to live in a quiet city not far from the capital. No one expected a war to start right away near Kiev. This house was a dream that I had been walking towards for years, so there was no desire to pack up and leave the house at first. It seemed to be some kind of misunderstanding, that in another day or two everything would be over. But when the shelling was getting closer and closer to our houses, and fighting was already taking place in our compound, my neighbors and I decided to flee after all. As the administrator of the neighborhood groups, I organized a column of 7 cars, and under the artillery duels we took to the woods at our peril. On the same day in the evening the invaders captured our JK, and took 20 to 30 neighbors who did not venture out. Unfortunately, not all of them survived. One was wounded while cooking on a fire on the porch, 3 more were taken hostage, and their fate is still unknown. I went to my relatives in Zhytomyr region, and when I heard the news of the liberation of Bucha, I immediately agreed with my neighbors to go there to prepare shelter for people as quickly as possible. After all, it was scary to come back here, because we had no idea what we would see here. That's how it turned out. On the way home I saw so much destruction and horrible pictures that I thought I was morally ready to see my home. But no, at the first sight I could not contain my emotions. The invaders lived in 4 of our 6 homes. They stole only what they could fit in their backpacks, small appliances, camera parts, dishes. For a larger catch they brought an Euro, but did not have time to load it. Our soldiers destroyed it. But the Russians left us many things to remember, because they lived in our apartments without utilities. The toilets were filled to the rim with sewage. Our house was badly damaged, 4 apartments were on fire, a dozen were hit directly, gas pipes were broken, windows were broken, but glass doors of the entryway, where the occupants had driven their equipment in, were blown out. We had to patch it all up with plywood, plastic sheeting, planks, and whatever else we could. The first weeks we lived without communications, so we ordered a car at our own expense to pump up the sewage system and cooked on gas cylinders. We worked almost around the clock. Part of the day we were on guard duty, part of the day we were swinging shovels and taking out the remains of walls and rocket debris. But when it's your own, you don't think hard or not, you just get up and do it. It was painful to realize all the horrors that were happening here, and to realize that you were now removing their aftermath with your own hands. Now 5 to 10% of our neighbors have already returned to our complex, and everyone understands that it won't be easy. But at the same time, life is being restored, and we must contribute to this as much as we can. There are those who at the front are bringing our victory closer, and someone needs to build it in the rear. For one victory cannot be without the other. Thanks for watching.